Samsung Galaxy S21 5G unboxing coming up. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Samsung Galaxy S21 5G is here, and take a look at this box. A little bit thinner than before. The Samsung boxes used to be a little bit thicker, but that's because they're not including a charger in here. Samsung over there, and then over on the back here, you will see unlocked by Samsung Galaxy S21 5G USB cable, quick start guide, terms and conditions. We're done. We don't even see specs on here. All right, so let's just go ahead and remove these peel tabs right here. And the first thing I thought was, is my phone even in the box? Because the box was so small. Right here, you could see Samsung card as usual. And then right here, we do have the phone. Now, I did go with the white color here. It's like a white and silver. That's the color I decided to go with. I know the marketed color is the purple, but I'm not feeling that color. I'm also not feeling the red one, where it does have that, you know, gold camera bump. But this one looking very clean right here for the Galaxy S21 5G. Now, this is the regular model. This is not the S21 Plus 5G, not the S21 Ultra either. So you can see right here, if we go ahead and open this up, you will find yourself the USB-C cable, and Samsung says you probably already got a charger for your device, so you're probably not going to need another one. Another thing that was removed was no micro SD card, but in this box you can see we do have our quick start guide. It will tell you about, you know, the S21 5G series, terms and conditions. So slimming down the box overall, we're done with that. We don't need to worry about that anymore, so forget about that. Let's get on to the phone right here. I think there's actually a peel tab right here as well for the front screen. We'll do this one time on camera because you only get this once in a lifetime. Let's get this out of the way as well. Yeah, all of that. That's some fun stuff right there. So you can see we do have ourselves the power button right here, volume rockers right there, and on the back you see that triple camera setup. I do believe there's some plastic on there as well. Yeah, there is. So let me go ahead and peel that off, so you even get one for the camera. I kind of think it looks like a traffic light, not going to lie, but it does look very clean. I like how it spills over the edge there, and you can see it's not too big of a bump. It's actually quite nice here. And then over on the left side, you're not really going to see anything. At the bottom, USB-C, no headphone jack, and over here we do have where we will put our SIM card tool to get out the SIM card, and we have ourselves the speaker. So let's go ahead and boot this thing up. And first thing I gotta say, feels very flat. No curve action going on here. Samsung Galaxy secured by Knox up here. You can see we do have two microphone holes up there as well. So very nice. Samsung Galaxy. We're going to go ahead now and just show you something else that comes this year, the smart tag. So now if you're going to lose your Samsung device on accident, and I'm sure you're not trying to lose it on purpose, but you can now get smart tags with the pre-order. I was kind of excited when I threw the box stuff over there. There's a SIM card tool that comes in the box. Don't know how much further we're going to be getting these, but I got a ton of these and I really do lose these things all the time. But I just want to pop this open before we continue on with the setup process and show you that there's only a SIM card tray. There's no micro SD card expansion. Let me go ahead and hit start. We'll hit terms and conditions, and I'll hit next here. And then it'll ask you for your Wi-Fi network. I'm going to skip through that right now, and you could see it'll ask you, do you want to copy apps and data to this device? And we'll hit no, and we'll continue on here, and we'll go ahead, and I'm not even doing this correctly. I'll redo this after the video, but we just want to get in and check out this phone. So you do have a face recognition. Of course, this is not going to be the most secure, and it's mentioned right there. So it's not like Samsung is not telling you. It's right there. It's not the most secure. I'm going to skip through the Samsung account right now, but man, I am loving the flat display here. We're all set up. We're all into the Galaxy S21. Now, this is supposed to be using a lower powered OLED display on here. And on first impressions, of course, you know I'm going to say it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful display once again on this phone. Now, taking a look at what comes on the unlocked model, you can see Samsung free, all the Samsung stuff. They include some Microsoft stuff here, LinkedIn Office, OneDrive, Outlook. Over here, you do have all your Samsung stuff. You have Samsung TV Plus, Smart Things, the Galaxy Shop. You do have Samsung Health, Samsung Members. plenty of applications pre-installed to get you rolling, and they include the YouTube Music because, you know, they do give this promotion when you do the pre-order. You get some free YouTube Music action as well as YouTube Premium, so very nice. And if you go to the left, you can now see the Google tray. I do like that. I really do like that about this phone. Now I want to take a look at some of the wallpapers. Always do that when we look at these for the first time. And man, look at the setup. Really nice setup. I always love how every new Samsung phone does give you a different set of wallpapers. That's kind of what they look like this year. Very clean. And of course, the ones you get will depend on the phone you get. So if you get a different color, it might be defaulting to a different wallpaper out of the box. Now we cover One UI. Samsung has cleaned things up here with the software, and you can see the translucent background. If we go into settings, you've already seen this if you've seen my One UI videos, but let's go into display and check out the motion smoothness. So you can put it in standard or 120 Hertz. And one thing about this display though, is it did go down to a full HD here for the regular Galaxy S21 5G, 2400 by 1080, but this should make for better battery life, a 6.2 inch, and this does have 8 gigs of RAM and a 4000 milliamp hour battery on board. Okay, so here in advanced features, you can see Samsung DeX linked to Windows, Android Auto here, and you also have side key motion gestures. We'll talk about this stuff more in the full review. Now I've been looking a little bit at this, and I gotta say that if you've seen the QHD displays before, you can kind of tell if you've seen it, but if you haven't, it's really hard to tell. Now, looking at the Samsung Galaxy S21 next to the S20, it's flatter on the display. The curves are definitely noticeable when you hold this phone next to this device right here. But if you had the S20, getting the S21, I'm not sure is going to be worth it, but I will cover that soon. But you can see how it has this textured back here. So a lot cleaner than, you know, you could say this back can just get a little more smudgy here than this back. I also want to show you this next to some other competitors here. So iPhone 12, a little bit taller, definitely flat though, very good here though, giving you triple camera versus dual right there. How about the iPhone 12 Pro? And you could see this phone right here definitely has a similar textured back here. Very nice that they brought this here to the Galaxy S21. And how about the Galaxy S10e? If you had that phone, this is going to be a decent upgrade as well if you want to get something a little bit newer. And I want to give you some closer looks at the camera as well. That's kind of how the camera looks right there, the triple camera setup. Taking a look around the body a little bit more, giving you some detailed close-ups. Looking a little bit over here, you can see that there's very, very minimal bezel for this device, and the punch hole camera, very small. But we're still, and you can see the chin, there's hardly any chin here, but flat display. That's the big news here. We're not getting that curve action no more, so it should be very practical to use this phone day to day. Okay guys, so let's take a quick look at these cameras. So triple setup, so we will have the ultra wide, we'll have the main wide, and we will have a telephoto camera as well for this. Now you can throw this in 16:9. You could change the aspect ratios. In addition to that, you can throw this thing in the 64 megapixel mode. Now, based on what I'm seeing right here, just on this first impressions, is that this phone is going to look very similar to one of the more premium Samsung phones that you'll find, like a Note 20 Ultra. I'm seeing pretty similar results just on this first impression. But if we go over to video, you can change this thing up to 4K 60 over here, or 8K 24. So this is capable of 8K recording. That's insane for a smartphone. If we go to more, not only that, you can tweak this into pro video modes. You have director's view. You also have AR Doodle. Let's take a look at that director's view real quick. So you can see me up there and you can see what's going on behind the camera. That's an awesome feature for content creation. So I think you're going to like it. Now, if we go over here, you have single take, and of course you do have photo mode. We're really going to have to put these cameras through some really intensive testing because there's a lot going on here. But let's just put it this way: 64 megapixel main, you have 12 megapixel wide, and you have a 12 megapixel ultra wide 8K recording. On the front, Samsung sticking with their 10 megapixel camera here. I wish it was a little bit higher, but I guess that's going to be reserved for the ultra model. And you could see this thing can do up to 4K 60 on the front as well. So you can match up to 4K 60. Very nice overall. So yeah, I just want to take a look at the camera on the first impressions, and it's looking very good. And so that's it on my first impressions. Beautiful display, even though we went down in resolution. Nice flat display, textured back, so this phone doesn't get really smudgy. Camera looking very promising. I will put this through some more testing to go ahead and see what that's all about. No charger in the box, so you have to pre-order this and you'll get the free charger and the incentives if you want, you know, to pre-order this. You have like a day left to do so. Over here, a good front-facing camera to match up that rear. And then all around, it just feels like another premium offering from Samsung with Android 11 and One UI 3 on board. I think this is one of the best phones of the year already, and we just got started. So Samsung's coming out the gate strong, and it's looking very promising. So let me know what you want to see on the Galaxy S21 5G. I covered this one because I've seen many videos on the Ultra. I will be covering the Ultra as well, but for now, we're covering this S21 5G for this video. And I also didn't want to mention everything. Like, this does have stereo speakers, for example. It has Type-C 3.2, Wi-Fi 6. There's a lot more going on, and this comes in multiple colors, but we'll talk about more about that later on. So get your thoughts in, get your feedback in down below. And if you found this video helpful, entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click that like button for me. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more. Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.